right after Memula, I fell pregnant. Literally, he broke my virginity and then I fell pregnant. Not like first day after, but I mean, a couple of, times.
I was told that some makeup artist in Cape Town had given it to this person.
At the time when we were doing Number, Nduza felt like he needed to put out a mixtape.
2017, I was doing Igazi, Noma Russia, and Harvest.
Mic and the mic stand, and the audience saying to me, "Move!"
I was overwhelmed because I didn't anticipate that kind of success. One, I remember I was in the parking lot, food, when I found out. Called me, he's like, yo, I was like, what? I was bawling. No, I didn't change, or at least I don't know if I did.
There was a day I had to run from Harvest in the morning to Noma Russia and come back to finish Harvest scenes.
There was already the call for me to do stuff by myself. Like, people wanted to hear what I could do potentially by myself, but I consciously decided not to do it because to me what mattered was the group.
So, why ngaze ukuthi mina ngiyadansa, why ngaze ukuthi ngiyacula. Abangithandelanga ukuthi ngiyadansa, ngithandela ukuthi ngiyacula.
Now, at that point, I wasn't getting reports. At that point, I don't know how much I'm charging. You ask, you talk too much.
Live performances, they are for the artists, not for the label.
Yeah, they get 20, you get your 80. Okay.
Yeah, I get my 80, but it was the other way around. Like, for example, they were asking people if I'm saying they were giving me small money like that and I have to beg for it, how come I can afford that house?
We're going to address Dali. And Dali came, and everyone was running around. Vatis was shutting down Metro FM. No, she's not.
And that's when it started getting bad. For me. It was hard. The staff, it was just bad vibes because I was fighting now because I was like, I want my booking reports. I want to know how much I'm charging. I want to know how much you're deducting because we had agreed 60-40, all of that. Now I was like, I want to know now.
Okay, and then we'll wait until at least we are paid deposit so that we can go and perform.
No, I can't because when I go back home, I'm frustrated. I have nothing to show that I'm working. So can we please make an arrangement that you get me a place to stay? And they did.
Okay,
When I say he did not call, I mean, the producer Asazan. So as for Nilan,
I don't want to hear it from another person to say you injured me, you hurt me, then you go and you open a case against me, then you write fake stories about me. And the first article that went out, for me, I was going to choose to just deal with it in my own private space, but the first article that went out was him.
It's really refreshing to know that there's someone out there that understands the gender dynamics of commercial radio because patriarchy is real.
Again. So I did not read it, but it says, the 360 and everything, and he made me sign a contract of management, not of co-owning.
I have none of my trophies. I do not have my platinum plaque. So I'm starting over. It's okay.
There was a time I used to go back home, I think it was 2014. It was in 2015 when I'll actually run away from work and go home, go to my mother. And then I will hide there to the Eastern Cape, and then they will call my mother, telling me about shows, and I didn't want to go.
Electro Mode was chasing us to finish an album. Sometimes we would battle to get studio time because Nduza had booked the studio for his project, and we were sitting there like, me and my ear like, cool, you can do that. It's all great and all, but this is what is paying us. This is how we're eating. Let's just get this out of the way and then you can do your thing.
9,000 Rand from the first season of Home Affairs.
Mo definitely knew what was about to go down. In the moment, he looked at me. He could see I was boiling. And at first he went, and then he went.
Yes, because I thought they'll see that. What are they going to say to the people when I don't appear for an interview? What are they going to say to people when I don't appear for shows, when I'm on the posters? And little did I know, it's actually denting my image because them, they'll always be held highly.
What else do you want from me? You know, you've taken so much. And I want to pick up my pieces and I want to move on. And I'm not at war with you.
Literally call my ex at 8 o'clock at night and say, I'm at the office, come fetch me. My husband's out of town. I don't have a lift home.
Emsebenzini efisama ndawonye ekikini uzothi indaba ukukhulumisa lo mfana indaba umhaka manje ngasamhaka ngibona elinye celebrity elithi hawo umtshali babes yabona senafunana yabo manje usehlanganisa ini umsebenzi nothando.
I met my E first.
Yeah.
And then, yes, there was friendship. But, like, once Ndugza came to the picture, I was the closest to Ndugza. Ndugza was literally my best friend.
Oh,
the entire tear gas run.
It's in a plastic. It was in my bedroom, like, pull-out.
I think what led to that, the thoughts. You're not lucky in this industry. Those were the thoughts. You're probably not worthy to be in it. And I needed to convince myself as to why I needed to take my life.
This is a horror movie. I was the point where I was scared for my life, you know? I'm going to deal into detail about that, but it was scary. I was very depressed. Sometimes I was like, I don't want to sing.
I would sit in on drive. I would sit in on morning. I was good enough to do sit-in for everybody, but I was not good enough to have my own show.
She told me, my boss, the last one now, the one I left, you're nothing without Metro.
I really wouldn't be surprised if I'm not called to act again.
It just got to a point where things went out the way that they did, and it is what it is.
Do you guys talk today at all?
No.
I could hear myself. I could hear that I really wanted to be a musician. I really do want to move people in song and melody. It really has been given to me. I haven't stolen it from anyone. I've had to go through the public humiliation. But for some reason, God kept on forcing me to stay here.
You know? It's like, you know? I remember there was a point in my mom hid me in a cupboard from my dad because he was drunk and he was threatening to kill my mom and I.
I'm empty. And there's something, guys, people don't understand about what we do. You give. I get on stage and I bleed, if I can put it in that sense. I get on stage and I bleed, and I felt like I had nothing else.
It was a case of just go. You know, I had to really, it makes sense to you at the time why you need to die.
And I had to fight. Like, I had to fight. And, like, shout out to my mom. Like, every textbook I needed, she made sure I had it.
But for some reason, I'd be forced back here. And I surrendered. I surrendered. And I said, God, whatever it is that you want me to do.
I'm doing it for my daughter. And if I'm going to fight and let go again and fight again and stop fighting, what is my daughter going to say?